it's Noor and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing how to be confident. So the first thing you need to do is you need to realize that confidence is a skill. And just like you can develop and become better at a certain skill, you can develop and become better at being confident. And if we really have to break down the meaning of confidence, what does it mean? Okay, really think about it. It means having a positive self-image and a healthy sense of worth. This means feeling at ease in social situations, being unafraid of public speaking. To be confident means to thoroughly embrace who you are and to be comfortable equally with your strengths and weaknesses. To be confident means to know and embrace who you are and to be comfortable with your strengths and weaknesses alike. I can guarantee you that being a more confident person is going to higher your chances of becoming a more successful person, and both in your professional and personal life. Now, if you are wondering, how can I be more confident? The first thing you need to do is you need to be kind to yourself. And when I say be kind to yourself, I mean you have to accept yourself fully. Your weaknesses, your strengths, just everything about you. You just have to accept it and love it, you know? And I'm not saying that you're not gonna be improving. You will be improving. You can be improving, but it is much easier to improve when you do love who you are already. So that is why accept who you are, love who you are, always leave room for improvement, but again, loving who you are and being kind to yourself will make it much easier for you to step into the next level, to step into the next stage of your life. Now, number two, in order to be more confident, you need to stop comparing yourself to others. And always remember this, being confident isn't about walking into a room and thinking you're better than everyone. It's about walking in the room and not having to compare yourself to anyone at all. What does that mean? It means that you are so content with yourself that you don't even feel the need to look elsewhere because you're already fulfilled internally. So you don't need to be looking elsewhere for validation or trying to compare yourself to others in order to feel better about yourself, because you already do feel better about yourself. You already feel good about who you are. And if you ever find yourself looking at somebody else, instead of comparing yourself to them or trying to compete with them, what you can do is you can use that as an inspiration. You know, if they have something you don't have, you know, admire it and get inspired by it. Try to use it in your own way in order to implement it in your life. You know, sometimes looking outside can be a good thing if you know how to look at it. If the way you are looking at it, the intention of you looking at somebody else isn't because you want them to be below you, but it is because you got inspired by them and you're trying to use what they have already to have a better life, or try to use what they have implemented in your own way in order to have a better outcome. So it's always also about how you look at things. Now, next up, if you're trying to be confident, you have to get yourself outside of your comfort zone. The more you'll develop confidence in yourself. And I swear to you guys, when I used to hear all that about, putting yourself out of your comfort zone, doing this, doing that, which means that doing something scary, doing something that literally pumps your heart out, whenever I would hear about this, long time ago, I used to be super comfortable in not getting outside of my comfort zone because I used to be scared. It used to scare me almost. Like, if you tell me 3 years ago that one day I'd be speaking in front of thousands and thousands of people, I would be laughing because I'll tell you something. I never liked to speak in front of people. And there was a time when I presented a big event. There were thousands of people. And I put myself out there. It was the first time that I genuinely present. And I did really good. And I was super proud of myself. And I can tell you something from this experience. It's not as big of a deal as you make it seem to be. This is the reality. Before the event, maybe I would tell myself, what if I mess up? What if I don't say this? What if I don't remember my lines? But in reality, I knew that I could do it. If you genuinely believe that you could do something, you put your mind to it and you remove all the distractions that are coming from the outside, you will find yourself doing it. And you will be about it, and after doing it, guess what? That is going to give you more confidence in yourself because you put yourself out there and you beat the odds. And that's exactly what I did. I remember I did really, really good, and my parents congratulated me, and guess what? I did it again. Because the second time I was like, okay, I did it last time, why wouldn't I know how to do it the second time? So I did it again, and it was also good. Why? Because now I developed the skill of believing in my own abilities. So when you believe in your own abilities and you put yourself out there, nothing's gonna be able to shake you, because you know that you are good enough. You know that you can do it. And it's really important to have self-belief and to always rely on God. Just know that it's normal to feel uncomfortable as you're stretching out yourself, but the good news is, each time you face your fears, you'll become a little more certain you can handle all life throws at you. So this is the beauty of it, and it is literally a process. And it is a self-journey that the only way you can get through is if you decide that you want to do it. And I remember that now I love to speak in front of people, It's something that, I'm not telling you I don't get nervous anymore, but I try to calm myself down and try to tell myself that I am good enough and I can do this. And now, let's say if in 2 days I have an event, I wouldn't say no. I would know that I'll be able to do it because I've done it before, and I'll do it again and again and again and again. Next thing to be more confident, or if you're struggling with low self-esteem, what you can do is you can make a list of all the good qualities about yourself. And it's going to remind you that you are good enough. It's going to remind you that you're worth of beautiful things in life because you do have good qualities. I mean, God has blessed each one of us with something. And I don't believe that somebody lacks a gift. Each person has a gift, but it's a matter of unlocking that gift and putting it into good use. If God has blessed me with being artistic, and I never even tried to paint ever, how am I gonna know that God has blessed me with a gift? So you need to experience as much as possible in order to know your good qualities. And after that, make a list of all the things that are good about you, and it'll genuinely remind you of how good you are, of how worthy of a person you are. Because low self-esteem doesn't come from God, it comes from the devil. The devil wants you to fear things. This is how he can get control over you. If you are living in fear, if you are living trapped in your own thoughts and your own fears, and you think that you don't have what it takes, then guess what? You're gonna stay stuck in the same position for a while. Whereas if you get up, and I'm telling you, if you have low self-esteem, you need God, definitely. And God is going to highlight all the good things about you. He's going to open ways for you in order to get outside of the situation that you're in. Because nobody deserves to be in a place where they feel unworthy, because everybody is worthy. Everyone. I don't believe that there's one person on this planet that doesn't have a gift. I don't believe it. Everyone has a gift. But the difference between people, let's say, who who you say they're gifted and people who you think they're ordinary is that the person who is ordinary didn't know how to use that gift or didn't unlock it and didn't put it into good use. This is the difference. And I'll give you an example. Let's say you wrote a good quality about yourself saying that I have good communication skills. Guess what? Having good communication skills is going to come in good handy when you are dealing with people, when you are at an event trying to network or trying to a presentation, you know? And what is that quality gonna do to you? It's going to give you more confidence to speak to people, to reach out, present something. So this is the beauty of having good quality. So that is why if you are dealing with low self-esteem, make sure that you remind yourself of all the good qualities you have and make sure that you are putting them into good use. The next thing would be, and it's one of my favorites, practice being confident as a skill. I cannot tell you how many times I've sat with myself, I'm literally exposing myself and I don't care. It's not even exposing, I'm literally being as honest as possible with you guys because you deserve to know the truth. You know, nobody's born confident. I don't believe it. It's a skill. And you know what I would do? I would sit with myself, look at myself in the mirror and say, I am confident, I am smart, I am this, I am that. And guess what? I go outside, literally, and I remember it. It's like an unconscious thing that just comes to you. Again, when you're dealing with people, when I'm outside, when I have something to present, it just comes in handy. And I just find myself becoming confident, becoming what I said I am. I think, therefore I am. I say, therefore I am. And saying things and practicing being confident before you eventually get outside in the real world and having to be confident is going to make a tremendous change. Trust me when I tell you, just do that. Sit with yourself and just talk to yourself. I am confident, I am this, I am that. Because believe it or not, the words you tell yourself can have a tremendous impact on your life. And just like if you are telling yourself, I am not good enough, I am not confident, I am not this, you're not gonna be those things. So always remember, the words you tell yourself are very important. So use the right words. Also, not only should you be talking to yourself, make sure that you are having a self-assured body language, which means that when you walk into a room, walk straight, you know, your shoulders should be straight, you should be looking people in the eyes, speaking in a good tone, don't try to speak in a low tone, you know what I mean? And these things make a difference. And if you genuinely believe it's hard for you to act confident, fake it till you make it. Nobody's gonna know but you, okay? Nobody's gonna know. You may think that people will know, but nobody cares and nobody knows. And so just like fake it till you make it. It's kind of true. It's kind of true. At first you're gonna have to fake it, but then guess what? You're gonna fake it so many times to the point where you're not gonna be faking it anymore. And it's just gonna be a normal thing to you. So don't worry about it, girl. I once faked it and now I made it. Okay, that was so cringe, but it is true, trust me. Next thing would be set goals for yourself and do them. And I will tell you something, if you're trying to be confident, you need to do what you said you're going to do. And what happens when you do what you say you're going to do? It's going to give you more confidence in your word. Because a person is their word. If I say, I'm going to do my bed in the morning and I don't do it, guess what? I'm going to lose confidence in my own self. And people wonder why they don't have confidence, because they don't do what they said they're going to do. If they say, I am going to work out 3 times a week, and they don't even show up not once, what makes you think that you're gonna have the confidence to be able to deal with other people? And what makes you think that people are going to believe you and have confidence in you and root for you and kind of like support you if you don't even support yourself? So this is very important. And trust me, all you have to do is say you're gonna do something and do it. And you will see how you're gonna start respecting yourself. You're gonna start looking at yourself in such a positive light because you're literally being that person. You're being it. Just do it. Now, my next point would be to take it one day at a time. Just know that we're all human. At some point, you may fall short, or you may be having a bad day, or things aren't working out the way you want them to, or let's say you said you're going to do something, you didn't do it, or you went out and let's say you had a panic attack, or you weren't as confident as you were supposed to be. Guess what? It happens. Relax, take it easy. Now, what you shouldn't be doing when these things happen is beating yourself up, because beating yourself up isn't going to help you in any way. So what you need to do is you need to be kind to yourself always and realize that you're human. Get back up and continue. We move forward. And no matter what happens, you just have to keep moving forward and believe in yourself. This brings us to the last point, which is talk to yourself positively. When you notice yourself drifting away into negative thoughts, be mindful of them, which means that try to be observant of your own thoughts instead of believing every single thing you think about. And literally, once you develop that skill, you'll be unstoppable. Let's say you're having a bad day. It's a bad day today, nothing has worked out in your favor, and then your thoughts are starting to say, I'm such an unlucky person. Instead of genuinely believing it because things didn't work out in your favor that day, be mindful of that. Observe your thoughts and say, and try to change them. Try to look at it in a way where it's like, it's not the end of the world. It's one of those days. We move. Try to be strategic and have a short-term memory. If something bad happens, let's say I woke up and then, let's say in the morning, I had work at 9 a.m., didn't wake up, woke up at 11, right? Instead of beating myself up, instead of talking shitty about myself, wake up, be strategic, call up your boss, whoever you need to call up, get back to work, and don't let it affect the rest of your day. A thing that I genuinely learned, let's say if something happened or something irritated me throughout the day, I don't want it to affect the rest of my day. I still have hours. I'm still living. I'm still on this earth experiencing life, and I'm not willing to sacrifice the full day just because something bad happened in the morning. So that is something you need to have, and trust me, that will make you so assured of yourself that no matter what happens, you're not gonna let it affect your day. Yeah, guys, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope you learned something new. If you want to see more videos, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on my social media if you want to stay updated with me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.